Hey guys, here, you know, welcome to GTA 5 Car v Car episode 2 of the Vapid Blade going against the Bravado Gauntlet. Video coming up next, the Saber GT against the Blade, and after that will be the Ruiner against the Blade, so stay tuned during the day. Of course, check out all the episodes within the playlist if you want to see your requested cars. Probably be already uploaded and be there for you to watch. Here you go with the handling test, starting off with the Blade. Of course, we've already said this in the previous episode. This has absolutely amazing traction and the tendency to understeer. However, that's not an issue if you know when to brake appropriately. Taking corners is really efficient with this car compared to most of the muscle cars within this game. Literally predictable, very comfortable, and you know exactly what you're going to get out of each and every corner. Of course, now when we compare this to the Gauntlet, is actually interesting because it doesn't oversteer too much, but it still does. However, if you push yourself, of course, you notice there a little bit of oversteer. Of course, this is not the greatest for efficiency around a corner. I mean, it is a great car. It does take corners properly. However, it's not that efficient compared to the Blade. So, yeah, 2 points now to the Blade. Obviously, it's got better acceleration there, you noticed. Now, of course, for the top speed, yet again, you see acceleration kicking in as expected. But then the Gauntlet sort of immediately responds and just literally just shoots itself. And it's pretty much impossible now at this point for the Blade to even keep up. So the top speed is pretty poor on the Blade, you can see here. But we'll definitely notice. We'll find out how the Gauntlet does against the Blade, because Blade had a pretty awesome lap time on the track that we test lap times on. But anyway, before we get to that, we've got the torque test. Which one has more torque? You see here the Gauntlet pretty much dominating the scene. Over here making it 2-2 all square. Damage test was interesting. It turns out, you know, obviously we know the Blade itself cost us $413 to repair, and it turned out that the Gauntlet only cost $332, so the Gauntlet is in fact more durable than the Blade, which is interesting. Now, of course, for best customization, we know that the Blade has 18 customizable options. However, the Gauntlet only, well, actually, you know what, it doesn't have any customizable options whatsoever, so that's unfortunate. So currently the Blade is 3-3 all square yet again. Going down to the final test, we have the lap time test. Of course, the best lap time, which one is more dominant on a racetrack. Now, this was interesting, man, because Gauntlet did pretty well. I ain't gonna lie to you, the Gauntlet actually did really well. Because obviously, when we consider that the Dominator oversteered a lot, but the Gauntlet did not as much, this meant that taking corners technically be better with the Gauntlet than the Dominator. Now, taking that into account, now when we compare the Gauntlet to the Vapid Blade, you know, it sort of will be closer with the lap time than the Dominator and the Blade, which you saw the Dominator only do 2 minutes. If you haven't seen that episode yet, go and check it out in the playlist. So you see the corners are being done pretty well with both of these cars, but we know that the Blade's got amazing acceleration. So considering that, the Blade should technically dominate these corners, which it eventually does. You see it pulling away after every single corner. And obviously that's the downside to the Gauntlet with its awful acceleration compared to the Blade. But the Gauntlet, if you notice with the top speed test, it did eventually catch up on a straight. So the margin was not that great with the top speed overtake. And the Gauntlet pretty much overtook on the third gear. And it was pretty quick overtake as well, so got to consider that. So the Gauntlet was pretty much keeping up, but unfortunately in these corners, man, the Vapid Blade is just dominating the scene, people. Insane acceleration. Now approaching the second to last corner here, and you pretty much notice which one is going to be, at this point, going to get the fastest lap, and the lap time pretty much will show up in the final corner now, and the Vapid Blade will get a faster lap time than the Gauntlet, as you can notice and see right here. 1 minute 58, of course, we know for the Blade, and 1 minute 59.3 for the Gauntlet. That was interesting. So at the end of the day, it's 10 out of 10 for the Blade, 9 out of 10 for the Gauntlet. Let me know in the comments below which one's your favorite. Of course, the Gauntlet is pretty good for drifting, just like the Dominator. So on free roaming and whatnot, enjoy running around with the Gauntlet. Of course, the Blade is more for the racing. And of course, you can enjoy that, enjoy the Blade as well. But obviously, you get the limitations of just being able to sort of understeer around corners and not being able to drift with it. So that's pretty much the difference, guys. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys soon in more episodes and comparisons. Thanks for watching. Check your son out. Good night. Peace. Yeah. So these muscle comparisons have been pretty tight, man. So definitely check out the Dominator going against the Blade if you're interested. And that annotation screen will take you straight to the video. I'll see you guys there to find out which one's better amongst those two. Thanks for watching, guys.